Alright, g'day guys, and welcome back tonight to another Obsidian video. Today we're going to be looking at how do I take my vault, which is obviously stored on your computer, and publish it so that my players can see what I'm doing. This is a requirement for quite a few Dungeon Masters out there. It's a piece of functionality that comes in very handy. Say you are taking journals, for example, and you want a way to share those journal notes with your players. Then the ability to publish to a website can come in very, very handy. Now, this is paid functionality inside of Obsidian, so I'll say that up front because obviously Obsidian itself is free. You can use the application all you like. But when it comes to actually utilizing the publish functionality, there is a cost involved. So let's jump over, let's have a look at the website and see what it looks like. Alright, so up here you can see I've gone to obsidian.md. That's the standard homepage, so this is where you start and obviously where you would have downloaded Obsidian from. But you'll see up here there are some other options, and there's an option for publish, there's an option for sync. And these are the two of the things that are paid features inside of Obsidian. Publish, you can see the cost is $192 a year or $20 a month. You know, it's up to the individual on whether that's a price that they're willing to pay. My personal opinion is that's probably a bit high for a Dungeon Master, keeping in mind that we have subscription fees for quite a few things at this point. Looking at you at D&D Beyond, for example, and you've got to think about, you know, your price per game. And if you're playing once a month, that's $20 extra per session. If you're playing twice a month, you know, it's $10 per session, and that's the way I like to think about all of my sort of subscription model things that are going on. But I have gone ahead and purchased this, so we can obviously have a look at the functionality and show you guys how it works. Just so you can get an idea of what it does look like. I've got a website here stand up. Now, I have got a custom domain. I'm not going to show you how to do that in this video, but I was able to figure it out using the help files that come with this. It was all pretty easy to set up. It did require another service, so I've had to pay for that domain, but I just wanted it. You know, it's one of those things that I had to have, so I did it. But here you can see that I've basically got a copy of my vault, and you can see I've got my pages, I've got my interactive graph, I've got a table of contents. Alright, and you can see I've also styled it. Where's my session journals? So here's a session journal, for example. I've got links to my players, so I can see what they look like. Got links to the character sheet, so you can bring up on D&D Beyond. All of the links work. Alright, you can see the pictures all load. And this is all available to my players, so they can come in here and sort of see what's going on inside of our session. Good old Toads pretending to be a zombie. That was a funny session. Anyway, so you know, you can see the functionality there. You can see how that would be beneficial for the party to have a landing page where they can come and see the things that you've explored in your world, and depending on how you go with your notes, you may want to, you know, really expand what's available. So you can share notes, all right, about things that they've found. You can share races that they've met as they go through, and you know, you can even share spells so that people can obviously have access to the spells that they've been using. But how do we do this? Alright, so let's jump over to Obsidian Vault and let's have a look at where the configuration comes in. So this one here is all basically set up. It's linked to your account. Alright, yeah, you can see I do have an insider access, so that's something that one of the supporters has purchased for me, so thank you. It's great to be able to see the inside builds if anyone's wondering what that's about. Let me see if I can remember how to do this. So core plugins and publish. You need to enable publish, and basically, of course, you know, you have to be logged into your account so that obviously you can get that set up, and then yeah, off you go. So you've got publish, you've got hotkeys. Does it come in here? I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. It's just basically there in the background. And what I noticed that it does is it comes up here and that gives you a button for publish changes. So again, simple process. Go to the website, pay your fee, your monthly fee or your yearly fee. Obviously come in, make sure you're logged into your account inside of Obsidian. That will obviously link up and let you know that you are entitled to publish. And then from there you can basically go ahead and publish. So what I've done is I've got a terrible write-up of our last session that I need to I need to rewrite, to be honest. I've been working probably illegal hours, to be honest, but I did need to go back and format this properly. But let's just publish it for the sake of publishing it and show you how that works. So we'll come in here and we'll click Publish Changes. This screen comes up. It does a bit of a load, and I will say that for what this is doing, it's very acceptable speed, but this is one of the slower processes I think I've found inside of Obsidian so far. So it does need to obviously connect to web services and log in and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I might just need to talk through the down periods just to make sure I don't get bored. I'm a very impatient person. Tick, tick, boom. Here we go. All right, so publishing. So change site options. I've got my site name. I've set my homepage file. I've got a logo. I don't have a logo actually. I should configure a logo. I've got a custom domain configured, so I'm not going to break that. I've got my theme in dark. Do you want to show hover previews? Yes. You've got all sorts of things that you can turn on and off here. Different component settings here. So do you want to show the graph view, table of contents, backlinks, all that sort of stuff? You can turn them on and off. Whether you need passwords and whether you've got a Google Analytics tracking code. I'm not going to mess with that because I do have it set up. I will say that in order to get the appearance going that I wanted, I did need to actually stick a file in my vault. So publish.css. So it has to be called publish.css. I'm using the ITS in the shadows setting theme, which I know a lot of us are using, and I've literally just copied that and pasted it into a new text file called publish.css and stuck that in here. I've also got a publish.js file in here. I cannot remember for the life of me what that does or why I need it, but it's obviously something that I need. Actually, I think that's for admonitions, right, to get the call out boxes working from memory. But yeah, now that I'm here, so what we have is what's changed since the last time I've published. So you can see here that we've had a number of topics that have changed. So what it's doing is it's recommending that I publish those. Okay, so what we can do is I think we can select that. So we've got 3 selected, so I'm going to publish those changes. And these are already published. It's just identified the fact that they're not the same as the published versions. And then down here I've got I don't need to delete those actually, they've changed, but we can leave that. Unchanged, select to unpublish. I don't need to do that, these are the ones that I've already published. And then down here we got some new files. It's giving me the option to have a look at those. I'm just going to expand that and have a look. What do we got here? We got templates, I don't need that. No assets. Kinda wish I could make this filter the other way. Or sort the other way, sorry, because the things I want are always at the very top. Here we go, session journal, so I want to publish the graveyard trip. Alright, now, notice how this button here is called add linked. So what I can do is click add linked, alright, and see how it's add 12 linked files have been added. So basically, in here, I've linked to 12 other files. And by clicking this button here, it's automatically added all of those that are linked through the files that I have selected for publish. Now I click publish. Now we wait, you can see it's uploading. Publish, 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 upload, yep, go, 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 boom. Click done. Alright, and you can visit the site here. So I'm going to click that. It's going to load. It does say that it can take a couple of minutes for this to pop up, so we might not even see this. And you can see here that that is the case. So, oh no, here we go. Graveyard trip. Boom. All my pictures have come across. Alright, all of my text. You can see all of my links are working. I think. Oh no, I haven't actually set any of that up yet, have I? As I said, I made very bad links. Potions of Healing's linked though, so that's all works nicely. Now, you will see stuff like this. So the plugins that we're using for a lot of the TTRPG stuff is not necessarily compatible with the published version. So what I'm usually doing is literally writing a specific note for the content that I publish. So if you have a look at here, for example, I've cleaned it up. I've taken out all the dice rolls and stuff like that because they're not necessary. That's the approach I'm taking, right? If I want to publish something, I don't want to just publish my notes because a lot of my notes are for me, not for my players. So, you know, there's secrets in there. There's things they didn't see or didn't find that I don't want to share with them. So, all those things that will happen in the future that I don't want to share with them as well. So, I tend to write specific topics that I want to share, unless it's mechanics, right? Where it's mechanical, that's fine because if it's like a spell, that's no issues. And then yeah, obviously now I can just go and give my link to my players. So I just give them my deadlydepthin.com link, send that across, and then they've got full access here to see the things that they've got. It does look like I do need to do a little bit of a probably a pull down and put back up in order to rearrange some things because I've moved things around in the folders. But ultimately, you know, this gives my players instant access to the information that they learnt from a session. I can make sure that they've got access to NPCs that they've met and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, as I said, I haven't really cleaned this up yet, so I do need to do that. Back in here, what we can do is just click back and go done, and that's it, right? Like we've now gone from writing notes and playing our game. Click publish, off it goes. It's out in the big wide world, and the players can access the data, and happy days. You know, I think that I do feel it's a bit expensive. Like $20 a month for a tabletop RPG game is on the edge of expensive, and I think that's going to be the thing that stops a lot of people. Like if it was $10 a month, I'd feel a lot more comfortable, just basically setting it and forgetting it for the year. It's just one of those things, right? You have to consider the cost per game. That's really what you need to consider, right? Is what is it worth to you and your players to have access to this data? Personally, I think my players might access this once a month, and I don't feel that that is worth $20 a month. So for me, it's probably something that I'll end up cancelling and maybe use a free publish method, like, you know, GitHub pages or something like that is another option, or I might just link them to a custom Google page or something in our Facebook group. So there are other methods you could do this. I do really like how simple this is though. All right, and if you were to go and use another publish option or make your own publish option, you're not going to have that ability to have that published linked pages, and I think that is the real piece of functionality that makes this shine over other things that I might try, right? Because you don't want to be publishing articles to your players that have links that don't work. All right, and that's what that functionality does, is it makes it so your links work. It makes it so they can explore the world a bit more based on the topics that you're allowing them to see. So yeah, anyway, that has been Obsidian Publish. Hopefully that is useful to you guys, and it'll give you a bit of insight maybe to how that functionality works without having to actually go and subscribe to it yourself. So anyway, if you are enjoying this content, please do like and subscribe using the links below. A huge thanks to my Patreon supporters. Really appreciate everything you guys are doing for me. And yeah, outside of that, guys, I will speak to you on the forums. Have a great day.